The subject of wine is vast. You can spend hours talking about its history, different bottle shapes, corks versus screw caps, and how to open a bottle with your shoe. But it all means very little without flavor. But what is flavor? Flavor is the total physical experience of wine. The tastes, smells, and textures that make one bottle different from the next. We experience flavor in everything we eat or drink. Like when you bite into a crunchy green apple. Its flavor is not just green apple, but the whole experience. The slight resistance from the skin before your teeth crunch through, and a spurt of tangy juice that hits your tongue and your mouth fills with the slightly tart, slightly sweet apple flesh. Delicious. The flavor of wine defines what it is. Imagine you are going to meet someone for the very first time. You've never met before, but you've tried to learn as much as you can about the other person, where they were born and grew up, who their parents are, and all about their favorite books and films. But with this information, will you be friends? Maybe they'll be grumpy, cynical, or mean. You just won't know until you meet them. Wine is just like this. We can learn about the soil, climate, the winemaker, and the area the wine comes from. But we won't really know what the wine is like until we've experienced its flavor. The flavor of a wine is its character and its personality, and what drinking wine is all about. In the next few lessons, we are going to learn about what flavor is, how it can be broken up into smells, tastes, and textures. These three aspects of wine create its total physical experience. Its flavor. We will learn how different parts of our nose, eyes, mouth, and brain allow us to experience flavor, and finally, how this knowledge of flavor helps you to sell more wine and offer better service to your guests. Before we dive into finding out how flavor works, it's important to think a little about the language of flavor and how this hinders and helps us when talking about wine. Human beings are not always straightforward. You might think the Harry Potter books are the best thing since sliced bread, while someone else thinks they're not very good at all. Who's right? What about cars? Is a Ferrari better than a Lamborghini? Or fashion, film, food, and of course, wine? In philosophy, there is a saying, in matters of taste, there can be no disputes. This means that there is little point in arguing about your tastes or preferences. You can carry on enjoying Harry Potter in your red Ferrari and love Sauvignon Blanc, while another person can happily page through the Lord of the Rings in her Lamborghini and enjoy a nice bottle of Shiraz. You can't say that either is right. All we can say for sure is nobody should be driving sports cars, sipping wine, and reading fantasy novels. What this means is that all your guests are going to have different tastes, especially when it comes to wine. Your job is always to help them find the wine they like best. And to do this, you need to be fluent in the language of flavor. Sometimes it's not always easy finding out what your guests' preferences are. Imagine a guest said,
"Maybe you can help me with an elegant number. Something with confidence, something that says, 'Hello, big boy,' without being too vulgar. Bring me a wine with bravado, a wine with pizzazz, with pedigree. And make sure that it's not American."
What wine would you bring? Most guests are going to be easier than that one, but you can see the problem already. Flavor is difficult to express. You try. Without saying the word orange, try and explain the flavor of an orange. Not so easy, is it? Thankfully, over time, we have learned to use the same words so we can communicate. For example, imagine a cat on a mat. Here's a cat on a mat in front of a door that belongs to a house in a city. Does yours look exactly like this? I didn't think so. But we all understand cats and mats, it's just the details that are different. This is what happens every time people drink wine and talk about its flavor. Each person experiences the wine slightly differently, but can still talk to each other about the flavors. They do this by using certain words and phrases that everyone sort of agrees on. For example, if someone describes a wine as exuberantly audacious and extroverted, they don't mean the wine likes to party, but that its flavors are intense. All the words that are used to describe wines are inexact, but over time people have used similar words to mean similar things when they talk about wine. As we progress through the course, we are going to learn many words that will help you describe and communicate flavors effectively. It's very important for someone like you who is dealing with flavor every single day. You will start learning these words as we work through this course, and will be able to better communicate what you taste, or how the guest is going to experience taste. We are going to begin by learning how to experience flavor, starting with that miraculous instrument of flavor perception, the nose.